Take a look at the visiting Heat and their starting netminder. It is Danny Taylor, fresh off a trip to the NHL with the Calgary Flames, and he is back in the American Hockey League. A 13-10-1 record, .927 save percentage, 1.87 goals against average. At the other end, the red hot Drew McIntyre trying to gun down his 4th straight win for Toronto. His record is 4-1-1. A .943 save percentage, 1.46 goals against average. This is his first meeting versus the Heat this season. Now loose puck off and turnover to Connolly. He drags out in front. Ashton empty net. Scott will finish it off. Greg Scott in perfect position as the Marlies in front 1-0.
Well, Greg Scott gets the recipient of a turnover, certainly here by the Abbotsford Heat, and Chris Breen comes out from behind his own net, right out into the slot, and Tim Connolly, what patience there. Carter Ashton thinks that he's got the open net, but Breen makes the recovery. He blocks the first attempt, but then Greg Scott ready to tap it in the back door, and he's got his 2nd goal in his last 3 hockey games.
The 5 names that are injured today, boy, that's impressive how the Marlies are able to keep moving, but that goal not impressive as McIntyre had one zip past him on the blocker side, and just like that, it is a tied hockey game as Abbotsford sneaks one in against Drew McIntyre.
It's a 2-on-2, and it's just a shot where I don't know if it glances off the shin pad of Servette or not, or it's actually Paul Ranger. It might have hit his stick and changed directions a little bit, and we've got a tie score at 1-1 and a big goal for the Abbotsford Heat.
Scott got it out towards center. Ashton battling for it there. Connolly brought down. Ashton in alone. Robbed by Taylor as he follows it to grab out of the air as well. What a save from Danny Taylor. What a chance from Carter Ashton. 6 seconds left. Toronto in their own D zone. One last shot perhaps if Gardner can turn it on. Tries to cut to the slot. Now here's McKagan off a stick. It sails into the meshing, but the Marlies do get a chance before time runs out. We'll get some help from Reinhart left wing side. 2 Heat come up with it. Reinhart now cross ice in tight. McIntyre shuts the door as the Heat jam the front of the net. Street back to McKenzie at the point. Now to Street again. He'll pass back to McKenzie across to Jones. One-timer, he'll score. Off the post and in. A power play goal puts the Heat up 2-1.
Well, the man who draws the penalty makes good on it by scoring his first goal here for the Abbotsford Heat in his 7th game with the club. Good puck movement. We talked about 4-on-3. Look at the open space on the ice. They move the puck across in a little bit of an umbrella, back and forth from the right side to the left, back to the right side, and a one-time shot by Jones, and he blows it past Drew McIntyre, and we've got a 2-1 lead in favor of the Abbotsford Heat.
Through center, bouncing puck. Kareem's in the Toronto zone. Back for it defensively. Servette can't knock it away. Now Alou will score. The trailer will blast one past McIntyre, and Abbotsford leads 3-1.
But a good effort by Abbotsford as they come up with that loose puck on the wall and down the slot area, coming late as Alou into the slot and off the stick in a hurry with a one-time shot. And he gives his Abbotsford Heat a 2-goal cushion with 7:45 to play in period number 2.
Now Ashton tries to chop it down at center. He was tied up with Nemes. Those 2 exchange shots. Nemes and Ashton talking, and now they'll drop him. Ashton and Greg Nemes, and Ashton some early rights. Now Nemes a right. Ashton a couple of uppercut rights. Ashton throwing quick punches here, and he takes down Greg Nemes. Carter Ashton throwing some punches, chucking some knuckles, and he'll get a rise out of the fans for that one. In the 5th contest of the season between the 2. Now Alou, who has the last goal, sends one to the net. It's tipped in, and they score.
But the Toronto Marlies have full control of the puck in their own zone, and then they lose possession along the wall as they get double-teamed in there and triple-teamed on that half wall down in the corner. And Akeem Alou picks up that loose puck, circles around the top of the circle on his forehand, and he fires it at the net, and there's all kinds of traffic in front. It bounces off a couple of bodies and down between the legs of Drew McIntyre, and we've got a 4-1 lead in favor of the Abbotsford Heat.
At the circle, right wing side, Abbott lends a body to push player off the puck. That'll be Geispers who fires in, now bounces in front, pad save by Taylor to absolutely rob Greg McKegg. Scott can't knock it down at the Abbotsford blue line. McKegg comes in. McKegg tries to slow down a knuckler. Colburn's out in front. Now wrister, and they score! Simon Geispers will put one in, and the Marlies are getting closer with time not on their side.
A good work by Greg McKegg as he walks down, looks like he's going to take the shot. He goes around the net. He sees coming in the slot area Simon Geispers, and traffic in front of goaltender Danny Taylor. And that's big Joel Colburn as he parks in front of the goalie. He doesn't see the shot, and as a result, the Marlies close it within 4-2. But with 45 seconds to play, too little, too late.
2 seconds left, and the Toronto winning streak will come to a stop as Abbotsford breaks out of a losing streak to beat the Marlies 4-2.